And so please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
More like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy.
Is this really happening? He meant the other guy behind you, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera, behind the camera. No, see now you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
no,
fair.
but you're more in the category like Luther Arnold. Name?
My man.
Okay.
Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic. That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's, and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God. And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog. How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes
can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
how
I
do you do it?
mean,
Teach me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you know you gotta get the smile going on some shoes, but you know.
Wait, hold up.
You got.
I gotta
when it's
try
time,
this with you.
when it's
Hold
time
on.
to laugh,
I gotta try this
you gotta
with
think
you.
of something funny
All
and start laughing.
Do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
This is sexy eyes right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
Wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Yeah, you know you gotta do a little crack. It's crack in the morning, cracking in the morning, cracking in the morning. Anyway, good morning. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. It's Hump Day, y'all. It's Hump Day, y'all. Hey, it's Hump Day, y'all. Hey, it's Hump Day, y'all. Hey, it's Hump Day. Hump Day. Hump Day. All right. Hope you guys are getting it in today. And I don't mean that in a sexual way. I mean that in a very positive way. Hope you guys are getting it in. You know what I'm saying? We have quite a bit to talk about. There's a few things, you know what I'm saying? We got some things that you guys have sent to us, some stories that you guys have sent to us. And we got some things that we've just found out in some trending news and all that. So we got a lot of things going on. But, you know, hopefully you guys had a wonderful one. Keeping it good and positive and healthy and all that. Something funny happened, but I'll talk about that here in a little bit. Some of you guys witnessed it last night, but Jack is still, I haven't gotten Jack all the way up to date on what recently happened. But before we go into that, before I tell that story, Jackie Boo, Jackie Buck, Wadaguan.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you, man. How you been, bruh?
Yeah, doing good. Just normal activity, you know, and got some sleep last night. I had planned on doing stuff, and I laid down and left the lights on in the kitchen. Didn't do the dishes. Like,
Isn't that
I was
wonderful?
surprised the dog didn't want to go back out again. Like,
Hey,
just out to the world.
hey, bruh, your dog knew. Hey, man, you look tired, bruh. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do you a favor. I ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna hold this poop in. You know what I'm saying? I got you, bruh.
I'll wait till morning.
I got you, bruh. You know what I'm saying? My soldier. Yeah. I'm going to hold this poop in.
But, I'm feeling rested, so that's good.
That's great. Yeah. I'm glad that you feel rested. Real talk. I'm glad you feel rested. I feel like crap.
Okay,
Only because I'm tired. Only because I'm tired. Not the Rona. It's not that stuff. I'm just tired. You know what I'm saying? The weekend is finally starting to catch up on me. So I feel like I just got my ass handed to me. So this morning was very hard. Like I had to literally peel myself off the bed. You know what I mean? Peel myself off the mattress, that kind of thing. But I was debating last night to do a show or not. Funny story. So here's the thing. Hold on. Let me get you in here too. Because I just, it makes it a lot easier to tell the story, and then we can see your face, see that beautiful face there. Okay, here we go. Bang. So, hi, Jack.
Hello.
Hi, Jack. Hi,
Hey.
Jack.
Don't say that in an airport.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Look at me. Look at me. I am the
Hi,
captain
Jack.
now.
You're the bomb.
I am the captain now.
Just can't say it.
So, anyway, I was debating about doing a show last night, right? And I ended up, because I was just really tired. Like I said, this weekend just kicked my ass. Like now I'm feeling it. It was all adrenaline. You know what I mean? You're running like just, like crazy. And all of a sudden your body's going, oh, now you're not going crazy anymore. Time to shut down. So my body has been going, it's time for you to sleep. So decided to do a show anyway, because I love my peoples and I love doing this show. And there was a few things to talk about, especially this one thing that I didn't get a chance to talk about when it actually happened. So I was like, oh, let me use this as a catch up. Let me use this show as a catch-up. Not the new stuff, because there's plenty of new stuff. Trust me. Shout out to Tanu Vane. He sent me a whole bunch of stuff, which we will be talking about on the show today. A lot of things that are going on in Portland. So anyway, moving on. So I decided to do the show. And I literally was planning on doing like a little bit of a breakdown of like the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff. God forbid if I say his name, we get cut off right now. But guess what happens? I play a little bit of the videos, a few snippets of the video. And guess what happens, Jack?
They pulled the plug on you?
Yep. I got kicked off, bruh. What kind of mess is that, man? You know what I'm saying? Hard-working black man out here talking about some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not doing anything wrong. We're just talking about this stuff. We're just having a good time. Good old time, breaking it down, talking about this kid and how he went literally nuts. Literally nuts. Literally nuts on some people, on a woman. And like literally, like I didn't even finish the video. I stopped it. I started talking about it. I'm like, I'm not gonna show as much because I don't want to get kicked off. And boop, I flatlined. The show flatlined. So for a good hour and a half, like a good hour. Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to get back on, how to get the stream back on. Like they just blocked me. They straight up just stopped everything. Like I got punished for showing a dude fighting a girl. Do you know how many other things we have shown on this show, my brother? Do you know how many things we've shown on this show?
I mean, we've hit the gamut of stuff,
bruh.
I mean,
more than you can even imagine. We've shown videos of people's arms being blown off. We've seen people getting stabbed, shot, dudes punching girls, girls punching dudes. I mean, we've done all kinds of stuff. The cops saying the N-word. Oh my God! People getting shot on video, the Jacob Blake stuff to the George Floyd stuff, explosions, Beirut up in this piece. Never gotten taken down during a live show. This one though, somebody out there or something out there is having an issue with the idea.
New Flintstones natural fruit bites multivitamins are made with farm-grown
What the heck is that?
First ingredient, the key nutrients you want.
Whoa!
Now your kids can have a
What is going on?
Free of stuff you don't want.
What is going
Flintstones
on?
natural fruit bite.
What was that? They listening, bruh. Like I said, they listening. They out there. Did you see that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Jack?
What is it?
I don't know. I have no earthly clue.
Wait,
man.
what do you hear? I don't hear anything.
Oh, you didn't hear any of that?
No, I'm gonna rewind it. Let's see what's up.
Bruh, you didn't hear any of that? That was random. It was like commercials. Straight up. Mother-loving commercials, bruh. The hell. Anyway, they listening, they watching, man. They're trying to mess with us right now. That was not me playing around. I swear to God, my hands have been here. You know I talk with my hands a lot. I'm not over here going, hey, let me boop, hit this and do some creepy stuff. Listen, they watching. That's all I'm trying to say. So they stopped us from being able to do the show, from being able to do the stream. Took me an hour to do this thing, to get back on. Figured out another way to get back on, and now we're here. That's it. Son of a gun.
Huh. Well,
imagine my joy. Because here it is, like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I understand if they're like, we're pulling that because the shootings in Kenosha. Dude had his arm blown off, like bicep blown off. We saw this in the video. Why wasn't I taken down then? Now they said community guidelines, that I was violating community guidelines. Of course I'm going to challenge it, you know what I mean? Of course I'm going to appeal to it or whatever. Because it's stupid.
Are there other people using that video?
So apparently, Bar B, thank you so much for saying that. But apparently, Tanu Vane, right before I started the show, said, because I was sitting there talking about it, and I'm leading up to watching these videos. Tanner Vane said in the comment, he's like, you better be careful because another guy, another show, or another live stream did the same thing, and he got kicked off. He got kicked off for playing the videos.
I wonder if there's a copyright on that video that like is being enforced, or if there's an infringement, or if there's some kind of something against it. That is making it be pulled automatically or something.
Because it just, I mean, it's all good. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lose sleep over it, but it was just weird. You know, like I didn't get any. The channel didn't get any strikes. Like I didn't get into any type of trouble. So thank you, Jesus, to that, because you get strikes. That's terrible. But, and I've had copyright claims all day long because that's just normal. What else is new? When you play a video clip, you play anything for 2 seconds, you get copyright claim. But out of nowhere, I'm playing this video and I get kicked off. So
I wonder if so many people have flagged that video as inappropriate. That then if anybody's using it, that it's like in an algorithm that is like, oh, this video that's being reused, especially if you pulled it from YouTube or something.
Word. That's because a good possibility.
Maybe it's from like an outside source, then maybe it wouldn't have been an issue.
Good point. That's a very good point. And that's a very good possibility too. That's probably what it is. Real talk. I mean, real talk. That's probably what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it just seems so strange for us to play that little clip and all of a sudden, boom. But and it's also what is also weird is like, because some things can be public domain. So like, so in other words, like a shot of a video of somebody having a fight, a street fight. Let's just say basically like what I was showing last night. That is kind of like a public domain. Unless somebody actually did put up like, oh, I own this thing. But that doesn't make any sense for it to be stripped. I have played unless it's like a music video, or unless I'm playing a movie, a full-on movie. If we were watching Black Panther, right? Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P. But we were playing the whole movie, then I can understand getting stripped immediately. Right. That's what I'm saying. A TV show, a music video, those things that make sense. But when it comes to that, to me, that's public domain. But
yeah, I see what Leah's saying is maybe it's because he's charged, and that could damage the jury pool perceptions.
Oh.
I wonder if there's a legal thing that's called it out and said that it can't be streamed anymore.
Word.
And that maybe that could cause that.
That could very well be it too.
I don't know what power they have. It's like,
I'm trying to figure that issue out too, bruh. It's just weird. You know what I mean? It was just weird. And obviously they have their bots and everything. So as soon as I say Kyle Rittenhouse, you know what I mean? Red flags go up and those bots are flying, in the Matrix. You know what I mean?
Dislikes.
Yep. I mean, it's all good. It was just annoying. You're out there doing your thing, and all of a sudden you think you're doing fine. You think you're not doing anything wrong. And then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. I'm all right. You know what I mean? I will persevere. I will persevere. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here we are. At least it wasn't shut down, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
At least
we didn't. It just infringed upon you.
Yeah. They're trying out here. They're really trying out here. But it's okay. It's okay. I gotta keep on moving. Okay, so ain't nobody gonna break my stride. Well, we got some news for you guys. We got some things going on. You know what I'm saying? But before we jump into that, we got a little bit of news about Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about Nancy Pelosi here? Because I don't know what the hell is going on. All I heard about is she was getting her hair did. She was getting her did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she was shuttered off somewhere in a blocked off space. I don't know what's going on. Please tell me this story, Jack. Come on, speak on it.
So Nancy Pelosi was like in a video, like surveillance of like inside of a salon. And I guess this lady that owns a salon in San Francisco had gotten a text from one of her people that rents out a chair at the salon. And so like they're an independent contractor, kind of have their own set hours and access and all that type of stuff. And said, I just got a text from Pelosi's people and she wants to come get her hair done. And so, and like the owner was like, Pelosi? But they ended up, having this video that shows Pelosi in the hair salon. And in San Francisco, they've changed the rules, where most places have been shut down, right? And you can't go and have a normal access to it. Hair salons can operate outdoors, but they haven't been able to operate indoors. But since yesterday, which is when it happened, they're allowed to have one person inside at a time. So she, technically wasn't breaking any of the new rules, but the problem is that she's still not supposed to get any blowouts done because you're not supposed to use the hair dryer. And she was in there and had her hair washed and got a blowout done. And then she wasn't wearing a face mask. So the controversy that's around it now.
Right.
So, everyone's calling her a hypocrite and everything else. And the owner of the building that hasn't been able to have a full-on operation going feels like it's a slap in the face to her.
Word.
Not that she came and got her stuff done, but the fact that she's doing it differently than how everybody else has to.
Like how?
And that, because she didn't wear a face mask and that she also still got a blowout done.
Right.
So bending the rules to, to fit her needs. Like the owner, Kios is her last name, Erica Kios.
Mm-hmm.
She said it is a slap in the face that she went in, that she feels that she can just go and get her stuff done while no one else can go in and I can't work. We've been shut down for so long, not just me, but most of the small businesses, and I just can't. It's a feeling of being deflated, helpless, and honestly beaten down. I have been fighting for 6 months for a business that took me 12 years to build and reopen. I am a single mom. I have 2 small children. I have no income. We're supposed to look up to this woman, right? It is just disturbing. So,
wow.
Yeah. But on, the speaker on behalf of them, Drew Hamill, responded and said that this business offered for the speaker to come in on Monday and told her they were allowed by the city to have one customer at a time in the business. The speaker complied with the rules as presented to her by this establishment. And then Trump weighed in.
Of course.
Saying, crazy Nancy Pelosi is being decimated for having a beauty parlor opened when all others are closed and for not wearing a mask, despite constantly lecturing everyone else. We will almost certainly take back the house and send Nancy packing.
Well,
so, got that stuff going on.
Yeah. So here it is. All right. What makes this woman think that she gets the VIP treatment or special treatment over anybody else? Real talk. I mean, who in the world will automatically go, oh, okay, you know what? I'm Nancy Pelosi, so the rules don't apply, and I need a good blowout because I need to look good because I got cameras on me at all times. That's BS, man. If there's certain rules of a particular facility, you should be you should abide by them. That's it. As much as you say, as much as Nancy Pelosi's been out there pushing and trying to make Trump look like an idiot, and how much she's been doing to get rid of him and all that stuff. Obviously, this is not some crazy red tape BS or anything of that sort, but at the same time, she's showing that she's ignorant. That's showing her ignorance big time. That's her showing her ass. Real talk. That's really ignorant of her to do, and that she shouldn't have been doing that.
She just didn't know cameras were there.
Huh?
She just didn't know cameras were there.
No cameras were there?
And she didn't know that they were there.
Oh, yeah.
That's...
But what I'm trying to say is that she's sitting there going, I need the VIP treatment because, I'm Nancy Pelosi and I got cameras on me all the time, which is very true. But at the same time, those rules don't apply. Like the rules apply to you too, sweetheart. The rules apply to you too. regardless of who you are. I don't care if you're. I don't care. You're the Queen of England. Rules still apply.
Yeah, I feel like 90% of any type of Congress people or any type of government worker feel like some rules don't apply to them. I feel like that once you put them in a position of power, they feel like they can pick and choose and maybe bend the rules as they see fit.
But isn't that celebrity? Isn't that celebrity anyway?
Oh, that too. Oh, so anybody in power. Anybody in power.
Isn't that? But that's what I'm trying to say. Isn't that celebrity? Isn't that power? Isn't that what it is? Where they feel like, oh, well, I'm such and such. These rules don't apply. I could do whatever I want. Hell no. You might have the Rona too. You think the Rona just gets only us peasants out here? Gets everybody. The hell are you talking about? Shut the hell up. Obey the rules. And Godspeed. That's it.
Well, I hope her hair looks good.
Yeah, I hope it's just amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, just glistening.
She's like, yes, I did go into that hair salon. I'm so sorry about it.
Yeah, I hope she looks gone to the wind fabulous up in this piece, man. Real talk. Just, yes. She just showed her ass, though. She just got caught. Because here's the thing. What else is going to happen? What else is new? Of course, Trump is swinging in, going like just swinging in with the disses. You know what I'm saying? Of course he's gonna do that. What else is he gonna do? She's been after his ass for a long time. Now she exposed her ass. So he's like, yes. Let me ride on this for a minute. Look at how stupid she is. See?
She's like, I was just taking President Trump's, lead. I don't have to wear a mask where I go because the president doesn't wear a mask. It's, gotta be fresh.
MB just said he came in like a wrecking ball. Yup. I came in like a wrecking ball. Like, seriously, just big old Dorito wrecking ball. Just, I love it. Oh, it's so funny. But that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Nancy, you know better than that. Let's keep it real. You know better than that. You know better than that. Shoot.
Guess she doesn't.
She wanted a good blowout. She just needed a good blowout.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, though. That was very hypocritical, too.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on. One of our top news stories this is very interesting, too. Very sad news. For those of y'all who are Elvis fans, Graceland has been defaced, has been vandalized. So right now, crews are cleaning up after someone spray painted the walls of Graceland with messages like defund MPD, Black Lives Matter, arrest Breonna Taylor's murders, etc. All over the walls of Graceland, like the exterior walls of Graceland, not the not the house, but the actual walls that surround, the
gate,
the gate,
or the fencing,
basically. It's like a brick, wall that goes across, like a stone brick wall that goes across Graceland in front of it and everything. And that has been absolutely defaced, and it's terrible. Some of it's saying defund the police. Some of it's saying defund MPD, Breonna Taylor.
To abolish ICE.
Say again, what?
Abolish ICE.
Abolish ICE, etc. Now, it's terrible. It's terrible, And I could see why they used. I could see why they defaced. I could see why they. I don't condone it, but I could see why they defaced Elvis Presley's home, Graceland. Why do you think, Jack?
For Presley, I don't know. Was he a racist back in the day?
No. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he was racist. I don't know if he was. All I know is that it is known that Elvis stole black music, chopped it up, turned it into rock and roll, and sold it to other people, to white fans. Oh. That people believe and people say that Elvis Presley stole music, black music. Hey, you ain't nothing but a hound dog. Took that song, chopped it up, put it out there for all the white people to love. So, basically, like they say Eminem basically did the same thing in a way with rap. Rock and roll, Elvis Presley took that music, took black music, changed it a little bit, faster pace, put his swinging hips into it and his good looks, and sold it. So he made music. He made money off of black music. So I can see why he was targeted. I don't condone it, but I can see why he was targeted. I can see why Graceland was targeted. That's what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha. It's interesting. I was looking at the photo of it, and like what I can see is that it's large spray paint, right? But that wall has thousands of handwritten messages and signatures all over it. So it's not like it's not in like a perfect condition type of situation. This isn't more so about the vandalization of it. This is about what it's being vandalized with. Right.
No, and that's very, very true. Now, but imagine going to, so like back in the day, like CBGB used to be a really big rock and roll punk spot in New York City. Obviously, it's since now has been closed, but they used to have all their walls were covered with like signatures and pictures and all this stuff, like just graffitied all over the place from famous bands, artists, etc. Now imagine somebody going in, some dude, some person, some idiot, taking spray paint and defacing all of that history. All of that. Because you never know who's written letters, signatures, all that on that wall. That could be famous artists to just fans. That people who are just diehard Elvis Presley fans. There's a lot of history on that wall. And then now you got somebody going up there and just spray painting all over it. Now they got to scrub all that stuff off and start from ground zero. And that sucks. Yep. That's terrible. Yes, it is already defaced in a way, but it's a traditional thing. You see what I'm saying? That's a traditional thing. But now everything's destroyed because somebody wanted to go, some people, because I feel like that's more than just one person. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a lot of time to just go up there and do all of that. You know what I mean? Especially like if it was all one color, I can understand that. But for somebody to go and go, ooh, BLM in blue, then F12 in purple, then hashtag BLM in orange. That take, you still got to switch out. You know what I'm saying?
Unless there's multiple people.
All. Say again?
Unless there's multiple people.
That's what I'm thinking. I literally think it's multiple people. You know what I'm saying?
And do they not have cameras? Like surrounding Graceland?
I would assume that they do. But you never know. Somebody just got...
And I guess here's a question too. Like, you're saying all these famous people might have signed this and people and stuff like that. Is the message of trying to be spread by people doing this more important than the people's signatures that are below it? Because this has gotten national attention now, so it's bringing more focus onto it. But is it positive focus, or is any focus good focus?
You mean especially with BLM and all that? I don't think this is a good look. Period. I don't think it's a good look. I'm just gonna be completely funky. I'm gonna be completely straight funky. I don't think it's a good look. Any defacing of anything is not a good look. At the end of the day, now we're at that point now where things are not instantly are not a good look right now. You know what I'm saying? As far as like vandalism, arson, any of those things, looting, any of those things at this point now is not a good look.
Yeah.
Just saying. It's just not a good look now. Not anymore. Maybe it used to be, but not anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's now gotten to the point where everything is just really fuzzy. Very very thick haze, a very thick fog is in front of us now. And now all these acts that are going on, you know, all these acts that are going on right now are just, like I said, they're out there with no purpose now. It feels like going and vandalizing the Graceland's wall. You know, does that really serve a purpose? And that's a question I leave up to you guys. You know, comment down below and let us know what you think. Personally, I don't think it does anything except give the BLM a bad look. That's it. Now, at this point, you know, it's like and what's so frustrating is it feels as if, you know, they've already been taking down the Confederate statues and anything that represents some sort of racism, that's a symbol of racism. And, you know, they'll go and spray paint and they'll rip those things down. Those are already done. So congratulations. It's dope. They're down. They're gone. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them are down. Great. But then suddenly it's like we need to deface more stuff. Why? To me, this doesn't make any sense. That's what I personally think. You know?
Makes sense. Your viewpoint makes sense. It doesn't make sense for them to do that stuff.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. You know? I would like to know what their purpose is. Like what is the full focus? What is the full focus on that? You know? What's the reason behind it? You know, so that I can understand a little bit. You feel me?
Right.
Instead of it being just a wild, uncontrolled blast of anger and energy, negative energy that's being put out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish things were a little bit more focused. That's all I'm trying to say. You know, defacing Graceland is not, there's no purpose behind it, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
It's just making BLM look bad. And that's what's so frustrating about it. That's what's so frustrating about it, you know? But at the same time, I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do. Like, you know, I feel like hopefully there will be some triumphs within the BLM movement, hopefully. And I mean triumphs in a positive manner. But I feel like there is a spectrum within the BLM movement as well, which I've talked about very briefly in a pop-up video I did last week. I feel like, or like 2 weeks ago, but I do feel like there's a spectrum. There is a spectrum within the BLM. So you have the conservative all the way to you got the right wing, and then you also have the left wing. You see what I'm saying? So you got the extremes on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Where people are, you know, yeah, let's deface everything, you know, extreme left. Let's just destroy everything. And then you got the conservatives where it's like, hey, we need to do this in a positive way. We need to do this in a good way. We need to do this in the most proper way we can so that we have a good look and a good face, you know, a good face forward with this movement, you know. And I do believe that there is a spectrum, you know, but there are people that don't honor BLM in the way that I feel should be honored. You know, like yeah. I don't think Al Sharpton, for example, you know, because they did have a march this past weekend in Washington, D.C., and it went very, very well, and it was peaceful. No defacing was going on. No one was killed. No one was shot. It was a peaceful gathering of thousands of people, all for BLM, all for the betterment of black people. I don't think Al Sharpton's sitting there going, burn everything down. See what I'm saying? But then you have people on the other side of the spectrum of BLM that are pretty much Antifa, you know, you basically say Antifa, that are sitting there going, everything must be destroyed. Everything must be burned to the ground. You see what I'm saying? So there's a spectrum inside of the BLM movement. Just because I don't believe in defacing everything that goes on in the world, like everything, you know, like Graceland and all these other things, does not mean that I don't support BLM. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I still support it. I just want it to be more peaceful. Stop defacing things and you know, to put our best foot forward so we make a good look. The way the media, way social media, everything like that is, everything's getting misconstrued and chopped up and screwed, and it's bad. It's bad right now. We need to find a balance, but there is none.
Yeah.
There are too many chefs in the kitchen. There's way too many chefs in the kitchen that have their own idea and their own soapbox where they're preaching what they believe. And the media and social media is catching those things being said on their soapboxes with their bullhorns, and they're saying all this crazy stuff. That's not how it should be. It should be a uniformed idea. Maybe one person for the whole thing should be speaking, and that's it. Not 17 people, and all of them are saying crazy radical things.
Right.
That's just my personal opinion. Focus. That's what it needs. It needs focus.
They also, and more stuff on Memphis. They didn't just do Graceland. They also went to the Levitt Shell. Not familiar with what that place is. It looked like an opera location or something.
Oh, wow.
And then they also went to the I Heart Memphis mural and did that one too.
Man, oh man.
But the vandalism at the I Heart Memphis mural was caught on camera by surveillance cameras at a nearby business. And it shows two cars pull up to the mural right before 2 a.m. On Tuesday. And on the video, 5 people can be seen spray painting the mural, leaving behind vulgar messages. About 3 minutes later, the cars drive away. And it's the same messaging, it looks like, that's on there. But it's
oh boy,
the one that's at the Levitt Shell was all in black spray paint.
So that must have been one person at least. You know what I mean?
Well, they said 5 people at that place. Oh,
wow.
At the mural. So I don't know if it was different groups of people going out to all the different locations, or if it was this one car that was going around and they just ran out of spray paint.
That's a possibility too. Man, I don't know, man. Personally, it's just, like I said, makes no sense. That's what I mean. It's just, there's no focus. Like, you're going to go and deface the Opera House and then the iHeart Radio mural.
Memphis.
Memphis. What did I say, mural?
iHeart Radio.
Didn't you say?
iHeart Radio.
Oh, iHeart Memphis. My bad. The iHeart Memphis mural. Like, you know, it's like, that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? That's pointless. That's super pointless. See what I'm saying? This doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. We need focus. That's it. BLM needs focus. Whether it's like, choose what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And stick with it. But there are people out there that, like I said, but there are also people out there that are screaming out Black Lives Matter, but they're spray painting Black Lives Matter, but they're full on Antifa. That's also there too. So it's crazy. I just like I said, it's tough to be on. It's tough to support something that is getting more and more violent and more unfocused and more radical, you know. And I believe in moments of being. I believe in moments of being radical. I believe that. I do believe in that, you know. But this is not the time now. Not anymore. We've lost way too many people. Too many people have been killed. Where there's been way too much violence going on in the streets. We need to figure out something else. Radicalism is not helping. It's hindering and it's killing everybody. That's it. You got 17-year-old kids running around with AR-15s. You see what I'm saying? That's a big old sign that God is trying to tell you something. The universe is talking to us, and this is not what we need to be doing. Kids are running around with guns. This ain't right. This is America. This isn't Rwanda. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Everything's turning into everything's turning into a war zone, and that's not what America's supposed to be. It's not. We need to figure something else. To Josui, what's up? Thank you so much for the tip. Thank you. He said, beautiful point. BLM needs a focus and clear leadership. MLK won because two to three key reasons: charisma, nonviolence, and influencing policy, which takes time. Missing in these protests. Yeah. Good old Indian rupee coming your way. Thank you so much. 200 rupees. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. But yes, you're absolutely right. I agree. Like I said, sometimes you do need to fight fire with fire, but now we've already been past that. We need to start finding ways of peace, and that's it. It's a damn shame, but we do need to start figuring that out with the quickness, or we're going to be so focused on fighting each other. China, for example, is going to look and go, wow, they look really vulnerable right now. They're going to sweep in and take over. I'm telling you. Or Russia. Mother Russia. Привет, comrade. You know what I mean? Anyway. Just saying. Hey, I'm sorry, but just saying. You know what, Jack? I want you to tell me about this jetpack.
Okay.
And
LAX. It's good because it's a good switch over.
Yes.
We're talking about things that are flying high up in the air. Because also David Blaine's about to take off in his balloons here shortly.
Yes.
But we'll talk about this guy in a jetpack.
Yeah, before we go into David Blaine.
Yeah, so which he might be going up there and flying with him. Who knows? But this guy was seen. I'm imagining it's a guy. I'm not quite sure. It could be a woman too. But they saw somebody flying a jetpack 3,000 feet in the air, like alongside airliners. And this was out in Los Angeles. People are saying it wasn't Buzz Lightyear, Robert Downey Jr., and Iron Man. But of course, out in LA, they saw a man wearing a jetpack flying near the planes. An American Airlines flight 1997 from Philadelphia to LA was the first reported in. Tower American 1997 or 1997. We just passed a guy in a jetpack.
Yeah, we got. I got the audio. You want to hear this, guys? Yeah, I do have the audio. You want to hear this?
Sure.
Let's take a listen.
Were they off to your left or right side?
Yeah, let's take a listen. Let's take a listen.
Tower American 1997. We just passed a guy in a jetpack.
American 1997. Okay, thank you. Were they off to your left side or right side?
Off the left side, maybe 300 yards or so, about our altitude.
Wow.
Okay, American 1997, contact tower 120.905. Thanks today.
120.905, we'll see it, American 1997.
Southwest 6046, contact tower 133.9er.
And Skywest 3960, we just saw the guy pass by us jetpack.
JetBlue 23, use caution.
Wow.
Person in the jetpack reported 300 yards south of the LA final at about 3,000 feet, 10-mile final.
Bruh.
JetBlue 23, we were heard, and we were definitely looking.
Only in LA.
Wow. That is nuts. So a man in a jetpack literally flying in the air. I didn't know that jetpacks even existed. Like, have been successful. That's a real thing? Bruh. Bruh. No. Hold up. And people out here still saying that aliens don't exist? Come on now. A man in a jetpack?
I mean,
like real talk. Think about it. Real talk. A man in a jetpack was flying in the air. Flying in the bloody air. Next to a plane. Think about
dangerous.
it. That's hella dangerous, number one. Number two, how does somebody... Are there jetpacks? Do jetpacks really do exist? I've seen water packs, like water jetpacks.
Yeah, I've seen the water ones, yeah.
But you're still tethered to the earth. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen a jetpack that you can successfully fly in. At least that I know of.
Yeah, no one's come forward yet to say they were flying it. And normally, like any promotional or like fun type of videos are usually at much lower altitude.
Right. No, and I've seen those, but they're very low.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're still, maybe a couple 100 feet from the ground, but you're not in the air. You're not all the way up there, guys. Like all the way up. You're 3,000. They said something about 3,000 feet. Yeah, 3,000 feet in the air, man. That's 3,000 feet in the air. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I wonder what passengers were thinking if they saw this. You see what I'm saying? I feel like that's like that episode from is a very, very famous episode from The Twilight Zone with Shatner. He thinks like there's something on the plane. Like there's somebody somebody's on the wing of the plane because he's scared of flying, but there really is something on the plane.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's something on the wing of the plane. So imagine somebody just looking out the window, go, "What the?" You know what I mean? Is that a human being? Like, what the hell's that? That's insane, man. That's absolutely insane.
I mean, it's really dangerous too, because imagine if people start this could be an easy way for people to go cause some havoc.
Absolutely.
For commercial airlines and everything else. And it's illegal for them to fly in commercial airlines airspace or to fly alongside planes.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know if they find out who it is, I don't know. There's some human jetpacks in development can reach altitudes of up to 12,000 feet.
Sure.
But the cost for it's about $500,000.
So then,
the size, weight of a person, a jetpack impacting an airplane at the exact wrong spot could be potentially bringing that airliner down.
No, because I mean, think about it. Think about it. Some idiot is flying that thing next to planes. You've heard that story of Sully. Like it was a bird that flew into the engine.
Yeah.
Hence the reason why he had to do that emergency landing, the Miracle on the Hudson moment, right? So imagine some dude being an idiot flying in an area where planes are flying, and he just flies right into he gets sucked right into a plane's engine. That's insane. Or does something and trips up the pilots that are flying these planes. You got to be smarter than that, y'all. That's just stupid. Cool, but really, really stupid.
You know what's cool and really, really stupid? What David Blaine is doing right now.
David Blaine, yeah, we got to talk about that. What is going on? Is he live anywhere?
He is currently live. I'll put the link that people can pop over just to see it.
Send me an email of the link. We can actually take a look at it. Why not?
Can you stream a live stream?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
But here it is though. Is he in the air right now, or is he still prepping?
In the air. He just took off like 2 minutes ago.
Send it to me.
He is above. He's about 4,800 feet in the air right now.
Wow. I need to see this.
So
we all want to see this.
Yeah.
We all want to see this.
It's pretty insane. I mean, he's got a ton of balloons. His daughter was down there. They had a Native American a chief saying a prayer over him.
Oh, of course.
And he drank a whole bunch of water and swallowed a frog before he did it. He said once he lands, he's gonna have the frog come back out. And he does that whole thing where he regurgitates stuff all the time now too.
He's ridiculous.
Because he can. It's
on top of that, I'm gonna regurgitate a frog real quick when I land. You know what I'm saying? Did you send it to me?
I'm hitting send right now.
Oh, okay. Because that's just stupid. But at the same time, like, he's known for doing all this crazy ish. So I'm not surprised that he would do something like this. You know what I mean? Not surprised at all. But I wonder how they're
at 5,200 feet now.
Man, that's crazy. Okay, I got the link.
I mean,
I'm going to turn you down real quick, Jack. Hold on. Hold that thought. Because I just don't want this thing blasting. All right. Okay, we Gucci. All right, what were you saying, buddy?
He was at 5,800 feet or something. He's been dropping weights so that he can go higher up. I don't know exactly what height he's trying to get to, but he is pretty nuts.
Holy cow! Whoa, bruh. Hold up. I wonder if we can do this. Hold on. I wonder if this is possible. Let's see. I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, I can't do that. Damn. I want to put your face on here too, but it's the same screen.
Bruh. The stream, the comments on the stream are currently saying that like that arm is fake, and that because like I think that it's got to be like wrapped around his waist or something, right? And that so those strings aren't really moving. So I imagine they go into his jacket and like wrap around his waist. But that looks uncomfortable AF.
Yes, it really does. I mean, there's only so much I can show. I can't really show all of it because I'm worried about getting kicked off. You know how it is. But he most definitely is safely, like, he's obviously tethered on. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it makes you wonder. Wait.
But he has no parachute.
Lies.
That
I bet he does.
That's what he said. That's what he said he was doing. No parachute.
Okay. But hold on, we're gonna see this. I want to hear some of it. Hold on.
Confirming that you've dropped all those weights at this point. You still have one left. No, I have one more. Perfect. Yeah, Bert says you have one left. You're doing great.
And he can talk to him. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's got it live streaming.
Yeah, do not drop it yet. Do not drop it yet. No. There's a truck next to the road.
He's going from New York City to
Wow.
Arizona.
Bruh, that's insane, homie. That's insane. That's some balls. That takes some balls. I don't care if he's got like I don't care if he's got like a whole bunch of stuff tethered to him or whatnot. I mean, this one last time. I don't care if he's got a whole bunch of things tethered to him and whatnot. But that's really his hand. I'm seeing his hand like he's like re-gripping every time. But clearly he's got something going on right here. See what I'm saying?
Like there's a whole bunch of stuff in his jacket.
See, his hand is moving. So that really is his hand. It's not a fake hand. But he looks like he's hanging very comfortably. So he's tethered. He's clearly tethered into this whole rig here. See? But very impressed. Impressive.
But think about this. New York to Arizona.
Oh, he really is going from New York to Arizona.
That's what I believe. This is what they're saying.
That's insane. That's insane. How's he going to be able to do all that, like hanging just like, how many days is it going to take? That's the question. Or how many hours? You know what I mean?
Hold on. I'm looking up a little more. Oh, he relocates from New York City to Arizona to do it. He originally was going to do it in New York, postponed it, and now is doing it in Arizona.
Gotcha.
So that's a lot more feasible. So I don't know how far of a traveling he's going here. Let me see.
That's some balls, man. That's some balls. I don't care. I don't care if he's tethered. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if he's tethered right now. That is some balls. That takes some serious cojones, man. Because me, I don't like heights. I really don't like heights. So for him to do that, insane. He's probably gonna. And Malia just asked, "How's he gonna get down? Like, how does he descend? Shoot a few balloons on the way down, perhaps." Yeah, I think
pop the balloons.
I think he's gonna pop the balloons. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. So where is he going then? Where is he gonna end up going?
Hold on, you went silent on my end. My Skype is freezing up.
Oh,
Can't hear you.
You definitely just okay.
Okay.
Hey.
Now I can hear you.
So where is he? He's in Arizona right now, but where is he going to? Where is he floating off to?
Okay, so he said he was planning on taking off today. Everything is wind dependent, he said. So his goal is to ascend some 18,000 feet, or 3.4 miles into the air, above the desert in Arizona. And he has 52 weather balloons that he is using. And then...
Crazy.
Let's see, where is he going to go?
That's absolutely nuts. That's absolutely nuts. That's amazing.
I guess he's just trying to get to that height and then come back down. I don't know if there's a a specific path or anything. I think he's just trying to be the first man to hold on to balloons and go.
I thought he was actually going to travel.
Well, how could he? There's no way he could. He doesn't have fans on it. Not like he can magically control where the balloon gets blown to. He can't be like, "Hey, I'm going to L.A."
No, that's true. But I think that was what I was thinking of. That's where the what's the word? That's where the magic comes in. That's where the illusion comes in, where he's actually able to make it travel somewhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even if it is from Phoenix to Scottsdale. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's Phoenix to Scottsdale, that's still dope. Still going from one city to another is just still dope as hell. But at the same time, still being able to do what he's doing right now is pretty incredible as well. But he ain't holding on to just those balloons. He's definitely tethered in. I mean, you could see it. It's clear that he's, tethered.
Yeah, because right now he has both hands off of it.
What?
And he's just, because right now he's just hanging. And because he's getting stuff out of his backpack. Oh, he's got a little, is he making a little sail? Or something
Yeah, I was going to say, he's most definitely tethered in. There is no way he could have just done this all by his damn self. That's incredible, though.
That'd be amazing. Then his arm would, he's like, yeah, I caught my arm.
Oh, no, he's skydiving from there.
Is he?
That is, I think, I got to show it to you guys. I'm sorry. We're talking about it. I ain't showing it to y'all, but... He's putting on a parachute.
Okay.
So he's going to let himself go. And wow. That's some balls, man. That's balls. I don't care. Altitude at 8,000 feet. He is at 8,000 feet right now. You can see a little bit of the curvature of the earth. By the way, the earth is round. Just so you know. But, wow. Allegedly, he's going to drop off. Oh, now you got me stuck on this. Wow. Bruh, that's insane, man.
I mean, just to...
Anyway.
I mean, they got a really nice day, it looks like. So,
yeah.
Wish him luck.
Right. Woo! Anyway, that's incredible. That is incredible. Anyway, that's some balls, man. That dude got balls. That definitely,
yes, he does.
That dude has some balls. And of course, he's working with some of the best to put that whole thing together. So thank God he's in good hands. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That is nuts. That is nuts, y'all. Anyway, that's crazy. Unbelievable.
What would you do if
we need some good news around? Huh? What would I do?
What if your family member came up to you and was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna hold on to these weather balloons and I'm gonna just let them take me wherever and I'm gonna go ahead and unhook and skydive from there."
I'd be like, sure. But if you're David,
okay, you liar.
But if you're David Blaine, I'd be like, all right, baby, make it happen. Let's see you do this. Let's see you make this happen. You know what I'm saying?
His daughter was there, clutching his hand and stuff, and that's got to be a really stressful situation for the family.
Yeah, the fact that he's putting himself in.
Anybody does these types of things, the family's always got to be on edge.
Yeah, I mean that goes without saying. Clearly, the family is used to this, I'm sure, as well. Like, because he's always doing these crazy feats and everything, but he got to secure the bag somehow. So, when was the last feat that he did? When was the last stunt? You know what I mean?
I mean, it's been, I think it's just a little bit. He's been going around doing more like this stuff where he's been learning how to swallow water and different things and keep it in his stomach and be able to regurgitate everything. And like, he's been like focused on that stuff for a while, I think. And then before that, he was frozen in, like, I think in New York, he was like in ice. And the other thing where he's holding his breath for like 17 minutes or something like that.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I mean, he's done a few. Let's see. I'll see if I can find a list of David Blaine's accomplishments or stunts.
Well, look it up real quick. We're gonna go into a quick commercial break, because we got to. We got to. But when we come back, we'll be talking about more news, of course, and of course a little bit of a list of all the things that David Blaine has done recently. But take a look at this. Crazy, y'all. We'll be right back. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Hey, take off Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
Power, respect. The festival's crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers are trucking for tweakers and losing their circles. Their loves are unique. All of us under surveillance. People surveillance, they made it. Half of them stolen abroad and they faded. They live in the world that's degrading for people that's constantly hated.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all of that. So what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
You're gonna perform
I'm sorry,
tonight.
I can't make this interview boring because this man is too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is gonna leave and go somewhere else so we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood. We inspect everything. Our inspection process covers all of the following 70 points: animal-proof chimney cap, roof ridge vents, roof to soffit junctions, dormer fascia, attic gable vents, gutter lines, fascia trim, garage door, utility penetrations, water, gas, electric, and cable, bathroom vents, attic roof ridge vents, attic electrical, wiring, junctions, boxes, and lighting, concrete decks, additions, wooden crawl spaces, basement plumbing, penetrations, ceiling, floor, and wall. Wildlife Command Center's mission is to deliver the finest quality wildlife removal and pest control service that is safe for the environment. For more information, call us now.
All right, welcome back, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and being a part of the conversation today. If this is your first time checking out this show, please go crush that subscribe button. We do this show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And of course, I do a 7 p.m. Central Standard Time show every single night. And I will be on tonight at 7 p.m. Hopefully, I won't get kicked off randomly again. But still, be sure to tune in and all that. And of course, if you haven't done it yet, hit that like button down below. That would really mean a lot. Anyway, man, it's crazy how things are going. And, you know, and I hope, because right now David Blaine is at like 12,000 feet and climbing. And I hope that he does, you know, we all need some good news. You know what I mean? We definitely need some good things happening, some good news going on and all that. But real quick, Jack, what was the other things that he's just recently done?
Most recent things in like 2020, he did The Magic Way, which on April 1st was aired on ABC. Is a specials of close-up magic and things like that. And then back in 2016, he did another one where he caught a bullet in a small metal cup in his mouth. So that's pretty cool. And then he did in 2013. No, that was a betting thing, real or magic. He did a close-up for celebrities and public figures. And then he did, in 2012, he did a 72-hour endurance stunt called Electrified, 1 million volts always. Always on, atop a 22-foot high pillar on Pier 54 in New York City, which streamed live on YouTube. He was on a pillar surrounded by 7 Tesla coils, producing an electric discharge of 1 million volts or more continuously. The coils were directed at Blaine for the entirety of the endurance stunt, during which he did not eat or sleep. He wore 34 pounds of gear, including a chainmail Faraday suit designed to prevent electrical current from traveling through the body. He said he has a conducting suit. All the current is going through the suit, nothing through his body. There's no danger in this that I see. So was it really a stunt?
Yeah.
He did What is Magic back in 2010. That's when he also did another thing where he caught a 22 caliber bullet fired from a rifle into a small metal cup in his mouth. He did the Dive of Death in 2008, which was called the Upside Down Man, where he hung upside down without a safety net for 60 hours.
That's what it was, yeah.
He pulled himself up to drink fluid and restore normal circulation.
Yeah.
He risked blindness and other maladies in the stunt, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, right now, there, you know, or just right before we got back in from the commercial break, they were telling him to breathe because his oxygen levels were going low.
Oh.
And then, so he was like, and then of course his heart was starting to race. His heart was racing. So now he's doing all these breathing techniques because they're trying to go up. Like, I guess they're trying to go higher right now. So, it's interesting. That's some crazy stuff. Yeah. But, moving on, though, we got to go into some other things. This is something Tanu Vane sent me this morning that I thought was very interesting and is on the opposite side of the spectrum. And you'll see what I'm talking about right when I start saying this thing. Pro-Trump supporter who shot paintballs into downtown Portland crowd is sued for $250,000, y'all. So a woman who said she was injured by a paintball fired by a pro-Trump supporter during a clash between right-wing and opposing demonstrators in downtown Portland last month has filed a $250,000 lawsuit against the man she says shot her. In her lawsuit filed Monday, Meg McLean says she was observing the rally next to the Justice Center on August 22nd when Alan Swinney intentionally shot her, leaving a large red welt and circular injury to one of her breasts. Swinney couldn't be reached for a comment. About 300 people attended the rally to support President Trump and police or to counter-protest. Supporters of the conservative group Proud Boys, as well as the left-leaning Black Lives Matter and Antifa movements, were all present. Swinney, who had described himself on social media as a conservative and a Trump supporter, was photographed by the Oregon Live pointing the paintball gun toward a crowd of Antifa or Black Lives Matter protesters and then seen shooting. He also was seen pointing what appeared to be a firearm at the crowd, but he did not shoot. So, crazy, right? So this guy comes out with a firearm and a paintball gun and decides to fire it into a crowd of people. First off, I want to say this. Number one, thank God it was a paintball gun and not an actual firearm. But two, so that people, yes, they're getting welts, but they're not dead, or severely injured. But two, why would you bring a paintball gun in a firearm to a rally?
Being an S disturber. That's it.
Being an S deer. Clearly being an S deer. Clearly. What are your thoughts on it, man?
I mean, I can't imagine going to a rally and all of a sudden, like, having paintballs start raining down on you. I guess it's better than bullets, but, that's it's one thing having gas containers thrown at you. Maybe we should just arm the police with just paintball guns. It might hurt, but you'll be deterred. You don't want to keep on moving forward. But, less lethal. And they're less lethal than those rubber bullets that are out there, too. They're being shot at people. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know, someone's out there, and some of those paintball guns, have you ever, seen, the full-on tactical gear paintballers and stuff? They have, sniper rifle paintball guns. They make, sawed-off shotgun paintball guns. And, and some of this stuff looks pretty realistic. So, you can have somebody out there and, looking like they got a real gun, but then shooting paintballs out. But they have, close up paintballs can, severely damage, your body, huge welts. So I could see that lady being in pain, and from it. But I don't know how close she was, to him. But they have the sniper ones that are still traveling. But those guys are out playing in the paintball fields or whatever they are created.
Right.
And those sniper ones go a good distance and they still hit people and hurt them.
Yeah.
So it's pretty high powered stuff. And catching in the eye, that's trouble. Side of the ear or something like that. That's
true.
A big issue too.
It's true. True. I mean, it can still be very, very. I mean, it can still be deadly. If aimed and shot and hit in the right areas, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I mean, it's stupid. Regardless, it's stupid. Who thinks that, oh, I got a great idea. I'm going to, when we drive through this whole thing, I'm just going to blast everybody with paintballs. Who does that? But see, we're in that place now where people think that, putting violence or putting harm on somebody's body is a brilliant idea. Just because you don't agree with what I want to do with how I want this world or this country to be ran. You know what I mean? And I think that's really messed up. They do have paintballs full with pepper spray.
Oh.
Just so you know. I didn't know that. That's
I
actually
guess
good to know, Nino.
You could fill those with whatever you wanted to.
Yeah, you can basically do whatever the hell you want, which is really messed up. Or there's a possibility of doing something like that.
Yeah.
And that's really messed up.
Huh.
That's really, really messed up, y'all. That's not how it should be. Like I said, you start doing stuff like that, then that's when people start fighting. That's when things get worse.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And if he's aiming his other gun out in the crowd too, and what is it? I mean, it just takes that one slip up thinking, oh, I thought I had my paintball gun in my hand. I didn't mean to fire the 15 shots into the crowd. Like, it's a slippery path.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's I hope that people just don't start showing up with more, I guess, non-lethal things just to cause, disturbance. But who knows? I mean, I guess it's better to bring that than a real gun.
But at the same time, should be bringing a paintball gun to a rally in the first freaking place. Let's just be straight funky on that. There are better things to do with this life than to do that. That is a special kind of stupid. You shouldn't be doing that. Why would you do that in the first place? You're an idiot. That's why you're getting sued. That's why you're getting sued $250,000. You're an idiot. You shouldn't be doing that. You clearly brought that to cause harm. Now you're going to get sued. And I'm sure that there's going to be other lawsuits coming after you as well now. If they see that happening, if they see that McCain can do that, if she can do that, they're going, okay, maybe I can do it too. Meg McClain. If Meg McClain can do it, guarantee you they're going to do it to him. That's it. Facts. Stupid. It's stupid. Special kind of stupid, y'all. Special kind of stupid. All right, so we do have to talk about a little bit about Portland. There's been some interesting things that have been going on in Portland. I find it very, very interesting. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up this info real quick. So, Oregon police troopers have been deputized by the feds. So, Oregon police troopers have been deputized by the federal government. That means they can act on behalf of the feds, even though they work for a state agency. In a statement, OSP said it has worked with the U.S. Attorney's Office to review arrests, but it didn't confirm if any of the people it has arrested have been charged federally. So, but it also said OSP isn't criticizing the Multnomah County District Attorney, but to meet the governor's charge of bringing violence to an end, we will use all lawful methods to our disposal. So it's getting real out there in Oregon. Let's just say that. Long story short, they're starting to thicken up. They're thickening up even more now. Oregon State police troopers have been deputized by the feds. Here it is. There's so much craziness going on in Portland. It doesn't seem like it's getting any better. We're at what? We're past 100 days, right? Aren't we past 100 days, Jack?
Yeah.
In Portland? In Portland alone? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That was last week was 100 days over.
Yeah, last week it was 100 days over. So, I mean, there's got to be something that needs to start happening. I don't know if federal agents are good, because remember when federal agents at like day 80 came in, it didn't help anything. It made things worse. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. I'm interested to see what's going to happen next here. That is not helping the situation. The federal agents being there and trying to stop things, it just made people more angry. It just agitated the crowd even more. So, man, you know, to me, it's like, we got to figure something out. We definitely got to figure something out. Now, remember Ted Wheeler?
Yeah, I recognize that name.
Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler is now moving to avoid rioters targeting his home.
Oh.
So he's moving from his $840,000 condo to avoid rioters who have repeatedly targeted the building. So Ted Wheeler wrote to his neighbors in his building to say it would be best for me and for everyone else's safety and peace for him to move from the building that rioters tried to torch on his 58th birthday on Monday. And he says, I want to express my sincere apologies for the damage to our home and the fear that you are experiencing due to my position. Wheeler reportedly wrote according to a screenshot of the email. So it's unfair for all of you who have no role in politics or in my administration. So he bought his 2-bedroom condo in this building with 114 units for $840,000 in 2017. And now it has become a regular scene for the protesters, with fireworks lit, lights shown onto the building, as fires also get lit in the streets. So as much as he was saying, because I remember when we did a video where we showed the him going out into the streets, marching with the protesters, saying, "Hey guys, like, hey, I'm with you guys. If you get pepper sprayed, I get pepper sprayed. If you get tear gassed, I get tear gassed." Like, he just went in there and did all that stuff. Now, nothing's happened. It's the same old stuff. Now the protesters are actually coming to his crib. They're coming to his front. They're basically coming to his front door and protesting and making his life a living hell. So now he is sitting there going, I'm going to move. I got no other choice. I got to move. I got to get out of here because I'm bringing harm to all the other people that live in this facility as well. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, it's a good thing he's looking out for the other people. I mean, but it's like they're not going to find where he's moving to. Like, if you're a mayor, don't you have to live in the city?
You have to live in the city. You have to live in within the city, and of course you have to. Of course, it's going to be public record. It's not like he can just go move somewhere and no one's going to find out. You know,
right?
He's just going to move somewhere else, and they're going to
put it
follow.
in trust or something, but
for me, it's like. Not sitting here saying that he needs to fold, you know, but he needs to talk to whoever is in charge of that chapter out there and basically say, we need to sit down. We need to figure out what's going on. Like, what do you guys need that I can do quickly, easily, so that it could calm the flames, you know, cool down the heat that's going on in here. But he's not doing that. He has basically been going after Trump. He's been saying all kinds of stuff in regards to Trump and how things are being run. Basically trying to side with the people who are protesting. But then now he's getting people who are coming to his front door protesting, and now he's got a problem with it. Mm-hmm. Now that it's come to his front door. I remember Lightfoot in Chicago. Mayor Lightfoot had a problem with that as well. You know, she suddenly was like, oh, you can protest, but not in front of my house. You can protest out in the streets, but not in front of my house. Basically, he's basically doing the same thing. Actually, he's not saying that. He's actually just going, you know what? Because of everybody, because I live in a building with multiple people. There's families, there's stuff like that. I'm just going to pack up and I'm going to go.
Right. Well, yeah, because was he denouncing the protest, or just saying this is unsafe because of how the protests are proceeding?
He is, thus far, he has not denounced the protest. He has literally said, I'm just trying to find out what's wrong. What do we need to do? But it's just angry people. It's just a whole bunch of angry people. And it seems like no one's stepping up to say, hey, all right, Ted, Mayor Wheeler, let's sit down. Let's grab some coffee. Let's chop it up. See if you can make some things happen. You see what I'm saying? At least that's from what I've understood. You know what I'm saying? But then he came out, said some stuff. He was talking some ish at Trump about how things are being run, about the protests and everything. But then 2 seconds later, he's now trying to move out his home because the protests are actually starting to show up at his front door. I don't blame him for wanting to move. I think that's a responsible thing, but he's not sitting here saying, you know, I didn't read out loud the entire article, but you know, from my understanding, like he said, Wheeler also attacked the acts of senseless violence that range from stupid to dangerous to criminal, while highlighting alleged police brutality and saying he still stands with protesters. I mean, so elected leaders or those seeking office who remain silent in the midst of these acts of violence and criminal destruction are equally complicit, he also wrote. The community must rise up and say enough is enough and hold all of us accountable. We cannot truly move together and make positive changes we want to see until this violence is stopped. All violence. This is what he said. We cannot allow our anger to destroy what we are trying to support, he said. I stand by our positive movement for police reform, and I stand by the hundreds of thousands of Portlanders who want to peacefully protest and ask for more reform. If you are not participating in the violence, I want to be clear. I denounce your actions. Let me repeat that again. If you are participating in violence, I want to be clear. I denounce your actions. Your actions demonstrate a level of hate and destruction that we will not condone or tolerate. So, he's with the protests as long as it is peaceful, as long as it is done peacefully. Peacefully. He's just not cool with the other stuff. He's just not cool with that other stuff. The violence, the vandalism, the arson. Right. He's not cool with that. Of course. What mayor would be cool with, yeah, let's burn this mug to the ground, let's go. You know what I mean? Right. What mayor would be cool with that? So I understand him saying, I'm with you guys, but I'm not with you guys if you start doing this other stupid stuff. So I get it. But he also, from my understanding, as Tanu Van said, I think he's up for election this year, so I'm interested in seeing that outcome. That could be very well true too. He's trying to save face a little bit. Because once the smoke clears, they still got to vote. So at the end of it, they're going to be like, well, we were flashing lights into people's homes and his condo, his condominiums and all that. And we were giving him a lot of hell, but he stuck with it. Like all he's doing, he basically is peacefully moving. Do you see what I'm saying? He's not sitting here going, oh, let's get the cops out. Let's get the feds out to protect my home. He's not doing that. He's just moving. Do you see that?
Right.
Mayor Lightfoot pulled out all cops Like she utilized like a chunk of the Chicago PD, even the bike cops, even the bicycle cops, real talk, to create a barrier to stop protesters from going over to her front lawn to protest. He's not doing that. He's just going, I'm moving. I'm so sorry to everybody who lives in the other buildings near me, all the other condos around me. I'm so sorry for this. I'm going to move. That's all he's doing so far. So far. Now, my question to you is this, guys. Is that considered, those protesters going up and flashing lights and making noise and starting fires outside of your front lawn, do you think that's peaceful protesting? Is that peaceful protesting? Would you consider that peaceful protesting? Comment down below. I'd love to know.
Or riot behavior.
Or is that riot behavior? Exactly. They're trying to burn his building. At least that's what they said in the very beginning of this article.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to read a couple other things on here, but I'm not seeing much more different than what you've covered here.
Yeah, look, he put out the thing that he was going to move from the building that rioters tried to torch on his 58th birthday on Monday. 58th birthday, and they're like, happy birthday to you. Gasoline, kerosene, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? And he's sitting there going, I'm with y'all. And protesters are going up and doing that ish? Come on, man. This doesn't make any sense. This don't make no sense, man. That don't make no sense. Nino said, right or wrong, you don't pee on a man's home. That's hilarious.
There's some lines you don't cross.
Yeah. And you just don't pee on a man's home. Right or wrong. That's crazy, bruh. That's crazy. That's hilarious, though. They're definitely more riotous if they keep people from sleeping or being able to have their own privacy and safety in their homes. See, and I agree. Now, I can see them coming out chanting, you know what I mean? Like chanting specific words or, you know, that kind of thing. Maybe flashing lights, maybe. But when you start lighting things on fire, or when you go to somebody's home and try to light it on fire on the person's birthday, I ain't got no patience for that. I'm sorry, that would make me change my thoughts on what's going on. As the mayor, I'd be like, nah, man, bring those federal agents in. Like, now I'm done. Now I'm done. I've tried to talk to you guys. I've tried to communicate. I've tried to be on your side. But then when you start doing all that kind of stuff, man, I ain't got patience for that. I ain't cool with that. That ain't cool. Now you're trying to harm me and my family. I don't know if he's a family man. Maybe he got kids. That's crazy. What's up, Mr. T? What's up, man? Here on my lunch break. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully that sandwich is delicious. But anyway, see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, who does that? Real talk, who does that? But then at the same time, that like as much as he's trying to have the best, put his best foot forward and trying his hardest to make things work for his city, I don't know if people are actually listening. But that's the problem. No one's listening. And then, of course, everybody's angry. And everybody's angry because of a multitude of things. It's not only just because of racial inequality. It's because they don't have a job. Or they're tired of having to wear a mask. Or they're tired of all the stuff that's going on. All the BS that they've been listening to and reading and seeing all over the place. You know what I mean? It just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. And it's terrible, man. It's absolutely terrible. But then you have somebody out there who is trying to be like, I'm for you guys. For those who are trying to do this in a proper manner, you know, for those that are trying to do it in a good way, rather than it being like, burn this mother lover to the ground.
Yeah.
But when you start attacking my home, you got a problem. We got a problem. Now we got issues. Because now you're attacking my own private domicile.
Right.
And my
It becomes
kids.
personal.
It's personal. Now you made it personal.
Political.
It's not personal. And that's what I mean. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I feel what he said in regards to, like, anyone who's out there who's doing this in a peaceful manner, I'm with you. And I just did the thumb thing like a politician. Like, But that's true. I agree with that. Anybody who's doing this in a peaceful manner, I'm with you. But if you're going to go and vandalize and try to put harm on people, we got a problem. That ain't cool. But there's a large majority of people that are out there that are doing crazy stuff. Crazy. Yeah. Just going willy-nilly for no reason. Just because they can. Yeah. Oh, so you're telling me if I wear all black, put on a mask, run around and scream BLM whilst torching this building down, I can get away with it? Bet. Seriously. And then they'll only blame BLM. They'll just say it's BLM. Or they'll say it's Antifa. What if there's people out there who don't give a damn about any side? They just want to see anarchy.
There's just craziness.
There's craziness. Or they've always had the dream of seeing a building going up in flames with their own hands. By their own selves. You know what I mean? It's a boyhood dream ever since Boy Scouts, you know, when they learned how to build a fire. They're like, man.
I just like the way the flames look.
Yeah. Ooh, this would be really pretty to see all these flames poking out of these windows in this building. That'd be dope. Man. Then I got a story to tell before I die. It's crazy. To tell my kids, well, your papa just burned down a large-ass building.
Yeah, I was at the protest.
Yeah, I was at the protest, yeah. You know, back in the day, you know, 2020, crazy, you know, Corona was just on fire before the vaccines and everything, son. I burned that mug to the ground. Boy, was it glorious. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Can we switch up the conversation a little bit?
Sure.
And go to something a little more positive?
What do you got?
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry.
A billionaire.
Get out of here.
As rated by Forbes.
Get out of here.
Joined the billionaire club. And they say that he is on his path to the top 400, the Forbes 400. Yes, he deserves a clap.
Congratulations.
The finance site breaks down his cash and investments. And he says that's about $300 million. His stake in BET is about $60 million.
Yeah.
His content library is $320 million. His homes and toys, as they list it, at $40 million. And his 330-acre studio is worth $280 million.
He making the monies, bruh.
He is definitely up there. The 51-year-old entertainer owns the entirety of his creative output, including more than 1,200 episodes of television, 22 feature films, and at least 24 stage plays, as well as a 330-acre studio lot on the edge of Atlanta's southern limits. He used that control to leverage a deal with Viacom-CBS that pays him $150 million a year for new content and gives him an equity stake in BET Plus, the streaming service that debuted last September. Forbes estimates Perry has earned more than $1.4 billion in pre-tax income since 2005, which he used to buy homes in Atlanta, New York, Los Angeles, and Jackson Hole, Wyoming, as well as 2 planes.
Dope. So here it is. You know what's dope? His story is extremely inspiring. Whether you like his movies or not, enjoy his writing or not, if you think he's incredible or you think his stuff is whack, his story is really, really incredible. The fact that he went from homeless to having not one penny, living out of his car, driving everywhere to do, you know, and it's known as the Chitlin circuit. All right. He went around doing his plays on the Chitlin circuit, playing in any corner he could do his plays at. Built his career through his plays like that. Built his character, found his character Medea, turned it into a movie, Diary of an Angry Black Woman. And that movie went crazy. He made so much money off that first movie, to the point where he was able to grow what he's done. All his plays were still going out on the road, or still on tour. He was starting to write movies. He was starting to make more movies. Then all of a sudden he goes and does all these great movies and builds Tyler Perry Studios. One of the most incredible spaces out there that once was a plantation. Let me just say that. Yes. So he turns all that into something. He created careers and jobs for other black actors, other black creatives out there as well. Crew in front of the camera and behind the camera. The man has done so many amazing things. Like I said, doesn't matter what you think about his movies, because I definitely have my opinions on some of them. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, he has built something that not a lot of people would have ever thought would have ever come out of a man who lived in a car. Who once lived in a car. That says a lot. That's a lot. Now he's got shows on BET Plus. His stuff is streaming on Netflix. I mean, like, every person that sits there and goes, man, I wish I could have that, you know, I want to achieve that dream. I want to blah, blah, blah. That can't be possible. It can be. He shows that it can be. You could start from something. You could start from one idea, one little iota of an idea, and become huge. And he just ran with that idea, and he's still running, and it's amazing. Bruh, I got mad respect for him. Mad respect. The fact that he writes all of his stuff himself, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Whether you think it's good or not, still crazy. Still amazing that somebody could sit down and just write out that stuff all by his damn self. That's a lot. And that's incredible. So he gives me hope. So shout out to him, man. I'm super excited for him. He deserves that $1 billion. You know, he deserves that right next to his name. You know, Tyler Perry, billionaire. You know what I'm saying? It's nice. Shoot.
He nonstop
I need
works.
that to happen. I need that to happen for me. I want that to happen for me. You know what I'm saying? First, I want $1 million. You know, actually, a couple $100,000. How's that? Let's start there. And then, let me get to the mill. Let me turn that M into B. You know what I mean? Into billion. Right. You know what I'm saying? And still have my wits and my brain intact and my mental health intact. You see what I'm saying? Not losing my mind, not going all Kanye West up in this piece. You know what I'm saying? Just being smart, being with it, and being happy as hell. That's what I want.
Man, there's a lot of hate out there for him.
Tyler Perry?
Yeah, there's a lot
What
of...
else is new? But what else is new?
Or all that corner cutting, poor labor practices, and regurgitation of the same sad black woman story finally made it happen. And that's from Court on Twitter. I missed the memo that Tyler is a billionaire, but I'm not surprised. He really knows how to cut a corner and make things on the cheap, and very, very quickly. It's him. Now I'm curious if people use some of that billion to fund other writers, directors' creative efforts.
You know, I think that's what. Well, here's the thing. He does support and do a lot of philanthropic things. You know, he does a lot of stuff for his community and for his people. Now, I don't know if he's going over to people and saying, hey, you got a great script? Give it to me. Or like, you got a great script? Let me fund it. I don't know about that. But now that he's built his empire, now that he's built something, maybe he can do a little bit more, you know? And yeah, he is known for cutting corners. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. He is most definitely known for cutting corners. But maybe he's cutting corners so that in the future, he could pay more. He can pay and help people in the right way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and of course, you know, that's just me speculating. I don't know anything, you know, I don't know him personally or anything like that. But at the same time, I've heard those stories about him just like he cutting corners like a mug. You know what I mean? But, you know, at the same time, he's got a certain style. He's got a certain thing about his stuff where it is still like it's still high budget, but then it can be low budget at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, it's almost as if he's taking his plays and putting them and using that same tactic on camera, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Where it's like really great actors, but maybe the, you know, it's the crew is still learning, you know what I mean? Or the makeup artists are only given a certain amount of a budget to make certain things happen, because I guess in his mind, in a way, it's like all I care about is telling the story. The story is what matters. Yeah, you might be like, oh, what's up with his wig? You know what I mean? But it's the story that matters. Are you still entertained though? Okay, shut the hell up. You know what I mean? You still bought the ticket, so just enjoy the ride. But, you know, I think that's what it is. And, of course, he does a lot of movies where he'll shoot a whole movie in like a week.
Yeah.
A whole damn movie in a week. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that's a good idea, but it works for him. He gets it done. So, you know.
And he sees how fast people are going through content and how much content people consume in general. So, I mean, right now, if you make something and you got a name attached to it and people already know you, and they're going to, I think, still gravitate towards watching it just to see what it is.
Right.
And then they can rag on him. Be like, oh, man, can you see how crappy of a studio effect that was?
Facts.
But then somebody else goes and watches it. Like,
yeah.
So he's got a good cog wheel situation going on.
It works for him. You know what I'm saying? It works for him. I mean, obviously, I have my certain opinions about certain things, about his movies and everything, and all that. And yes, I feel like sometimes I wish he would do a little bit, take a little bit more time to put things together, like that he wouldn't shoot everything so damn quickly. You know, like maybe another week instead of just 1 week. You know what I mean? Just to fine tune things, make things right. But at the same time, if that works for him and people are still consuming his content, like I said,
that second billion.
Like I said, the company or the audience that he is really catering to don't really give a damn about the wigs. They're laughing about the wigs and then they're enjoying the story. You know what I mean? That's what they care about. You know, so. You know, we'll have to see what happens after now that he's a billionaire. Maybe he's going to go, you know what, I'm going to do like 5 really dope movies this year. And I'm going to take a month to shoot each one. You know what I'm saying? And really fine tune it. So we'll see. We'll see. People still love The Oval. People still love all these other movies and shows that he's putting together. People are eating those shows up. So why break? You know, why fix something that ain't broke? You know what I mean?
True.
For him, you know, and his audience. So congratulations to him. That's dope. But anyway, guys, we got to get going. That about wraps it up today. Some good news. That's dope, man. You know, congratulations to TP for getting that big B. Billionaire. That's amazing. But. Chris LaRose, what's up, man? Hashtag Red Alert Restart. Help live event workers secure the bags. I don't know what that's all about. I'm gonna have to look that up. But I will hashtag Red Alert Restart for sure. Anyway, I am gonna get going. Jack, thank you so much for being on, bro.
Yep. Good to see you.
Yeah,
have a good rest of the day.
Of course, man. Anyway, we got to get going. Be good to yourselves. Oh, I'll be on tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, so be on the lookout for that, all right? Okay? I'll see you guys then. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another, and I'll see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right. Much love to you guys. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Hey, take off the
Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
The festival is crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers and trucking for tweakers and losing their circles and loves are unique. All of us under surveillance. There was a feeling they made it. Half of them stumbling abroad and they faded. They live in the world that's degraded for people that's constantly hated.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. I mean, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all that.
No,
so what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
You're gonna perform
I'm sorry,
tonight.
I can't make this interview boring.